Hello, fifth graders and families. I've got an update for you for the week ahead of us. I hope everyone's enjoyed a nice weekend here and getting ready for time to get back on track. So I'm going to talk about kind of real quick just what we're going to go through this week. Big time catch up week, trying to get back on track. It's been pretty wild it's been quite a while since we've had consecutive days of school. In the last 2 weeks, we've had 4 total school days. And that's fun for, I guess, the kids not having to go in. Maybe a little tough on the parents, so thanks for hanging in there. It's tough on me at this point, honestly, because it seems like every day we come back, we are sort of starting back over, hard to get some momentum going. So we got to get some momentum going this week. What we are going to do is a little catch up with science fair. This week's going to go through a couple steps pretty quickly to kind of get us back on track. Which I'll talk about later. And we'll also have a math quiz. We're going to finish up our chapter on multiplying decimals, and I'll talk about that right now. So we're going to do our decimal multiplication finish. This week, what we'll start is we'll finish up the last lesson. We pretty much got through the decimals multiplied by other decimals. We'll just kick off the week with a little review, and then we'll talk about this special circumstance called zeros in the product, which is where the kids are doing a great job placing decimal points, but there's one little thing to think of when we maybe seems like we run out of room based on what we've learned so far about how we know where to put those decimal places. But we'll cover that. It's a quick lesson, just a little special circumstance we'll cover. It shouldn't take long, probably a one-day lesson. And then what I'm planning to do is a chapter 4 wrap-up, just have a quiz on Thursday this coming week. So watch out for a study guide coming home Monday, and I'm sure we'll do great with that and be ready to move into dividing decimals pretty soon. So that'll be a nice way to catch up. And that's what's going on with math. In science, we're again kind of working on a couple things. Science fair is the biggie. So on Friday last week, I finally did get the kids the second information packet that has an updated timeline. I've had to reassess and readjust that timeline several times already with all these interruptions we've had. But this week, what we're going to do is have the project ideas form due on Tuesday, the 23rd. That is the last thing I need that requires a parent's signature. And like I told the kids, that's just for me to make sure that the parents are aware of what the project is going to be and as far as what materials you might need to get and what that might mean as far as making that happen at home. So I just want to get that parent's signature so I'm aware that you parents are aware what the plan is, so that the kids are all set to get into that at home. Then on Friday this coming week, we're going to try to have the kids get their procedures in order. Basically, what materials do I need? What are my steps I'm basically going to follow to go about my investigation? Again, that's kind of quicker than normal. Usually this would be like a 1 week at a time kind of thing, but with all the time we've lost with me even being able to get things to the kids, we got to try to make up for it. So I'll take some time out of classes in both of those days, and I'll let the kids work in their groups if they have groups, or just work specifically on their own, devote some time in class to kind of working through that, and then of course discussing with me. I was really impressed just from our starting point on Friday, some of the basic ideas that the kids had come up with. I love doing this because every year is unique, and you have kids come up with things that they want to investigate that you've never thought of before or never seen before. So again, in all the time I've been at GA, I'm still amazed that I see kids come up with questions and things they want to pursue as far as their project that have never been done before in my 8 years now at GA. So it's pretty cool. Looking forward to it. So that's what's going on. We'll do a little catch up. It'll be quick. It'll be a lot going on, but that'll get us back on track for where we wanted to be before the interruptions. With our regular science curriculum, we're learning about ecosystems right now. We're going to talk about organism adaptations this week. Last week we covered basically what is an ecosystem and the basic parts of an ecosystem, the living things and the non-living things. This week we'll talk about plants and animals and the adaptations they have that help them survive. One cool and fun example every year is this whole thing called camouflage. So here we have a great example of an owl that's camouflaged in a tree. You can see it definitely blends in, and we'll talk about how that helps survival, and we'll talk about a lot of other adaptations that help with that. So that's science, so we'll do a lot to catch up there. English is going to be connected to science. I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks now, and it's been hard to get started because we've had so much time off. It's been haven't even been able to do anything more than just tell the kids this is what we're going to do. What we are going to do is I'm going to have the kids write basically like an article that would appear in a science magazine or a quick little encyclopedia look at some different biomes around the world. Basically some practice on the writing process to practice writing informational text, and it's going to have a direct connection to our science class. It'll be a little extra addendum to our to our work in our science classes. So here this is actually a picture from our map from our science book that talks about the diversity found throughout the world, the numbers of ecosystems. So the darker colors represent basically a greater variety of animals, and with that we can also, and plants and animals, with that we can also identify a lot of desert or rainforest type areas, or all the other sorts of biomes and climates that we see in different kinds of ecosystems. So looking forward to getting started on that. It's going to be a thing we'll just hopefully by the end of the week be able to share, and I'll print off some copies of each person's articles that they create, and then we'll have a nice little packet of information. We'll again add a little extra science learning as well. So hopefully again we'll have 5 days ahead of us this week. So we're looking forward to getting started with that and getting going and back on track, and before we end up kind of being through the week. So it's pretty well planned out. Temperatures are supposed to be up into the 40s and 50s even a couple days, so we're looking forward to that. We might even get outside for recess, which would be a beautiful thing. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.